Okay, let's just peek back with one more video. This isn't a long one, this really, or it shouldn't be. This is just a quick follow up on my review for Tell Me Why. Now, I know it's not many people even watched the first one, so this is probably isn't going to get a lot of views, but hey ho, it's just something I want to do. So, I did do a review on it, a fairly scathing review of it in one of my other videos, because I played most of it, but I did say I'd do an update video when I finished it. I have just finished it about half an hour ago, so I'm doing a quick follow up, and I will have to say that while what I said was true, I do believe what most of what I said was true about review. I do think the third chapter, or at least the bit that I played since doing that really review, has softened me on it a bit, has won me over a little bit. The story did improve massively towards the end. It kind of became a bit more interesting again. There were still aspects of it are left wide open that I don't know why they didn't explore more. Maybe they didn't have time. I don't know. But it was a satisfying ending in the end. And the gameplay in part three was really quite good. Like, I did enjoy some of the puzzles. I liked all the crafty goblin stuff and the fantasy stuff in it. That was good. Like, and some of the puzzles in the third one where you have to look at the bulk of goblins and you have to sort of figure out how to do it. I like that stuff. That was the puzzles that I liked. The stuff I didn't like was where you just had to wander around a shop, like picking up bottles off a shelf and counting cans of beans and stuff. I'm like, that is boring as hell. No matter what game you're playing, you know. So, but the emphasis on the third part wasn't much with that stuff. It was more like around the story and the secret that the two characters were trying to uncover about the mother. And again, the fact that at the end of the game you get to kind of choose what the real truth is, I thought was pretty cool. Gives you sort of replay value. I'm not going to go back and replay it right now, but it was the same as Life is Strange. It gives you two different ways of doing it. I still don't think it's as good as Life is Strange, but the third part definitely improved, and I felt like I cared a little bit more about Tyler as well. Like, I think I did say in my last review, Tyler was really annoying, but I think that was the point. Actually, looking back, I'm like, he was meant to become quite an annoying character at that point in the game, and since then he sort of redeemed himself somewhat. I still think Michael, who's a sort of weird friend slash love interest guy in the game, is really boring, really weird. I don't like him. I cannot be bothered. Any scenes of him, there's a whole bit where you're fishing with him, and I'm just like, oh, get him out of here. He's so dull. He's such a boring character. His voice is just like, hey, yeah. It's like he's so boring. I don't like that character. But the main two characters I did quite like towards the end. It rounded up nicely and it finished up nicely. Probably wouldn't play it again, or maybe not for a long time. You know, maybe years down the line I might go back and try and do some different choices. Like I say, personally, it's a step down from Life is Strange, but it wasn't bad. It was probably just say so. I'm not going to give a rating out of 10. I don't do that anymore. But I'd say it was an all right game. I didn't waste time playing it. I overall quite liked it. The third part definitely improved a lot, but I think the second part was a really one that really dragged. Like, if I was going to go back and replay it again, I'd sort of brace myself going to that second part because it really did sort of go off the rails a bit, and then towards the end came back a little bit. So overall, not a terrible game, just one that sagged a lot in the middle part and improved quite a bit at the end. So I think if I'm balancing the whole game on as a whole thing, like the first part was pretty good, some iffy bits, but generally quite good. Second part got really boring, didn't really care, did lots of boring things though, just went on and didn't really lead to any interesting reveals. But then the third part did have some good reveals, did have some good gameplay, and it wasn't too long either. The third part felt reasonably shortish compared to the second one, which just felt like it went on forever. Anyway, that's my final review of Tell Me Why. I am going to start playing different Xbox games now. I think my next one will be playing finishing Star Wars Outlaws, which I already started, which I thought was okay. And because of the way that I do these things, it takes me forever and a day to finish and play games these days. I'm probably going to do them in bits and bits. So rather than wait till I finish Star Wars Outlaws, I might play a few more hours of it and do a review and then add to it as we go. So that's how I'll probably do game reviews from now, because I just don't have time to sit and play a 40-hour game and then review the whole thing in one go. So that's the end of this one.